Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelly Ferguson. Lately, things around this channel have been very angsty and tormented as I am exploring my identity here on this channel. And what I think I've just been fighting for a long time in this online space is the resistance to niching down. Now, I understand that having a clear focus really helps people understand who you are and what you're about. I get that. I am 100% behind that concept. And I am wondering how to position myself in a way that really embraces the multi-passionate person that I am. I am a bumblebee kind of person, and I've always tried different things, and it's just what I like to do. And I really want this channel to be about embracing that and not apologizing for it anymore. I'm over it, you know? And so what I want to explore and do today as a creative exercise is I'm going to make a ecosystem that is my brand of the bumblebee life or a multi-passionate person. Now, what's interesting is that being a multi-passionate can be a niche in and of itself. And I think that's what I want to embrace. And even every single multi-passionate has a unique point of view. So what I want to do with this ecosystem exercise is really map out what my particular flavor of being a multi-passionate is. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to turn the camera around to the art table and we're going to explore that. I'm really going to lean into this bumblebee metaphor here. And I've got some black and gold, black and yellow markers. And I also found this really cute bumblebee with this heart. And we're going to explore my ecosystem and the things that I love. So if you want to follow along and do this as well for yourself, if you relate to being a bumblebee and want to map out your ecosystem, you can just follow along. So let's start with just titling this Kelly's Bumblebee Ecosystem. There we go. All right. One of the categories that's big for me is movement. Okay. So that's one flower. And, you know, I grew up as a dancer and a gymnast. And so I have an artistic and an athletic side to me. And really, movement is a big part of who I am. And another kind of unique part of this for me is also having scoliosis and navigating movement and my body with that particular thing that I think is unique to me. And so it's also informed how I approach movement. We kind of have this subcategory of scoliosis, and being an athlete and a dancer. Those are two, and athlete. So this is a subject matter that I'm very passionate about and have explored this on my channel as well. It's a theme. Okay, so I'm going to just leave that there. And let's see, the next one is mixed media. And you might not be able to see this yellow, but mixed media journaling. Okay, that's another flower. All right, and so loved journaling since I was a young kid. So this is another big theme for me. And lately I have transitioned from just writing to mixed media. I just love the art of journaling and exploring your internal world that way. What should I say? Do I want to say anything about that? It's just a way to explore and document events and inner world, really. So that's one. And then another big theme flower for me is photography. Okay. And I am a portrait photographer, so that's one of the ways that I earn money. And so this kind of has two prongs. It's about providing a service to others. And then I also like doing portraits as a form of self-expression and using it as a tool to explore identity and aspects of your life. So I'm not explaining that very well, but that's something I can like elaborate on with a little more thought around that. But so there's, the customer doing this for others, and then there's also like my own exploration with photography as like an artist. Let's see, there's a documenting aspect to this. I like to make albums and books for self and for others as gifts. I'm a big fan of prints. And then another sort of branch of this is just photo organizing is another topic I like to geek out about. Okay. All right. Then we have home life. Home. Okay, I'm going to just say home. All right. Now this is where being a former home organizer kind of comes into play. So I love creating spaces that feel cozy and organized and personal. Okay. So I used to help others do this, and I do it for myself and our family like all the time. Like it's another area of geeking out. So it's about like creating personalized spaces, and it does involve like organization of the space, but also tools that I like to use in life and biz. For example, the passion planner, and there's certain tools that I really resonate as a multi-passionate, neurodivergent person that help me in either home spaces or in my business space. This little flower could be more about organization, but I guess I'm calling it home because home spaces is something I also like to geek out about. So yeah, this could be revised, but I'm going to just leave it as that. Okay, then there's this self-study component. I'm a deeply curious person about exploring the self. I got my master's in counseling. I love anything about exploring my inner world and doing that with others. I do that through art explorations, and then just different studies like archetypes and internal family systems. Like there's a lot of different subjects in the realm of mental health and learning more about yourself that I can't get enough of. I love it, right? Okay, so self-study, art exploration, and mental health. I'll just put. Okay, then there's the branch of my own artistic voice. So I'm going to put artistic expression. And oops. This is really about, this isn't for anyone else. Like, it's not a service I'm providing for other people. This is my own artistic voice and development that I've been exploring on this channel with 365-day experiment with gesture sketching, junk journaling, self-portraits, dance, painting, all that kind of stuff is really my own desire to develop my artistic voice and explore that in a lot of different ways. I'm going to just say expression for me, I guess. I don't know. I'm just going to jot that down. And then the overall theme here is about self-trust, developing self-trust, and owning like who you are and all these different facets, and embracing this bumblebee life and multi-passionate entity, if you will. I feel really good about this. I think this really touches on my unique type of bumblebee. If you relate to the bumblebee lifestyle, if you will, then yours is going to look unique and different for you and the different flowers that you like to explore and have in your ecosystem. And I value individuality so much. And so I love that there can be a community of bumblebees, but each bumblebee has its own ecosystem. And so this gets me jazzed. I feel good about this. It feels empowering. And essentially, this is what I would love to have my YouTube channel be centered around. And I'd like to invite other bumblebees into this world to feel seen and heard and validated. That's really what my channel is about, I think. So right now, I've titled my channel The Creative Return, and that might stay that way, and then it might morph into something with the bumblebee. I don't know, but this is a ever-evolving process, and I am in the middle of it. After yesterday's video, I was just like, gosh, I just really want to get out of this angsty place of feeling bad about being who I am. I hope that the videos moving forward really lets go of the shame around that, and I'm hoping that these videos continue to move in a more accepting and empowering feel to it instead of apologizing about this. I think I've turned a corner. So this feels good. I hope that this exercise is helpful and maybe can give you some ideas on how to explore your ecosystem if you are a fellow bumblebee like me. All right. See you tomorrow.